And we are live. Sunday Night with Those Guys, and Sunday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those Guys. What's up? What's up, everyone? Happy Sunday to you. What's up, Herman?
Same old, same old. A lot of this, a lot of that, and a whole lot of headache.
A whole lot of this, a lot of that, and a whole lot of headaches. I hear you. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. We appreciate you guys coming back. Gary, you're here early for once. We appreciate that. We appreciate whatever time you get here, Gary. I understand. We appreciate every time you get here. SJM Drones, good evening to you. Salutations to everyone out there. It's Sunday, the 5th of May 15th, actually, right? 2022. I have something obstructing my my clock and everything in the corner anyway.
You try to go backwards, right?
I guess. I guess I am.
How many days do you need?
It be like that sometime. You don't be losing a day or every now and then that does happen. I see Nacho said he brought the Mini 3 Pro and they're there's really an advantage to not registering it. Okay. All right. I delayed releasing my video until 7 p.m. It wouldn't interrupt my favorite stream. We appreciate that, Gary. We appreciate you much. We have to get Gary on here Sunday nights with those guys. I have to try and do that one evening, and work it out. That he comes on. Scott, how are you? Jackrabbit FPV. Hope all is well. I'd like to put out a disclaimer now. Speaking about delaying videos. Hey, Joe Black, what's up? No, it's not Cinco de Mayo again. Oh yeah, right. The 5th.
So you were going back.
I know. I'm going. Yeah.
Days.
That's way back. I'm putting a disclaimer out now. I didn't put out a FPV video or camera drone video last week, and I have one coming out tomorrow. I just wanted to say it's a filler video. If you guys know what a filler video is, you know how you why the funny face, Herman?
Does it sound like you copping a plea?
I am.
Okay.
For the shoddiness of the video. It's a filler video. I needed an excuse to fly, and I needed to put out some footage. I'm trying to go no longer than 2 weeks at a maximum without putting out a video. I didn't put out one last week. I put out one the week before, so it's 2 weeks, and I didn't have anything interesting to fly an area. It was just a little inlet. But that's it. Flying Flynn Media, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. At a Barbecue just popped in to say hi. Yo,
okay. Enjoy
some fun. Get your barbecue on. We appreciate that.
Yeah, have fun, man. Enjoy yourself. Eat enough for Lawrence.
Easy drone dude.
AC.
I just want to say thank you all for coming in. Yes, like
welcome everyone. Welcome.
They're talking about the Thor movie, Thor movies. I just want to personally say I am not going to see the next Thor movie because it looks like a love story. They're starting to ruin it for me.
Here we go.
They really are. They're starting to ruin it for me with these Marvel stories. You know, I did see Doctor Strange though. That. You have to be thinking on the next level to even comprehend what they did with that in the multiverse. And you have to be following Marvel and their journey through the multiverse, because him being a sorcerer and stuff like that, to be able to travel through dimensions and time, which made it a little more interesting. I'm not going to tell anything about the movie. I'm going to say they made a lot of money. I'm glad I did see it in IMAX. It was entertaining. The storyline started to shit the bed about halfway through the movie, but after that, it after that, I just enjoyed the action.
Mhm. You know they don't make those movies for people who are actually following the actual stories, and
Right, because people like you and I who
they,
grew up
they
reading
make
the
these movies for everyone to just latch on to the characters
yeah.
and enjoy the story that they present.
Well, we already know from what they did with the Endgame series, what Marvel did was they killed off a lot of superheroes. They
Okay.
killed off Captain America, they killed off Iron Man, Harley FPV, they killed off
Really?
all these superheroes that they could have made movies for years and
Mhm.
years, man. But
Right, right.
who am I? It's Disney. Disney knows what they're doing. Disney controls most of the entertainment world as it is now. Harley FPV, what's good, man? How are you? These
Well,
videos I released tonight at 7 p.m. was taken at our drone meetup yesterday. Oh, nice. That's right. You guys did hang out. It does involve a police chase. Are we going to hear Benny Hill music during this, Gary? I'm just wondering.
a police chase.
Since I already have a registered drone, is there an advantage to not registering the Mini 3 drone when it comes? There is not an advantage. No matter what country you're in, I'm going to tell you right now, it's advisable to register your drone. And the reason being, by registering that drone and putting your registration number on that drone, if there is someone flying, you are flying your drone here, and there is somebody 2 miles away flying their drone that's not registered and you are registered, excuse me, that person hits a car, person, tree, building, bird, whatever, and they say it was a Mini 3, you can say, hey, I'm registered. I was over here. That definitely wasn't me. Case in point proven.
Well,
Case in
yeah,
point proven.
well, my thought on that is this: with the Mini 3 and registering or not registering it, I will tell you this: with remote ID coming into play, without that drone being registered, you will only be able to fly in these designated parks. Those freers that they mentioned, you will not, or and I don't even believe you would be able to operate in G-class airspace anymore. Now, don't quote me on that one, but I know you won't be able to operate in controlled airspace.
But he's
Now,
speaking for the United States.
now that's here in the United States.
Right, right. We have to specify
As
that.
far as any other country, that would go, you would have to go by those countries' rules on that.
Yes,
Here in the United States, all it does is save you $5.
Hey, Roger.
And if you are a 107 pilot, you have to register it anyway.
Whether it's 250 grams or not. If you're
So,
flying it as a 107, yes, you do have to register it.
so I don't know. A lot of guys get caught up in the fact that it's this, is that. The only thing it may help you with is flying over people, but you know, once again, you have open guard props on this thing. So
yeah,
prop guarding it, you start to play into the rules and regulations of or the categories you fall under in that situation. So as far as not registering in the United States, you can not register it. All it's saving you is $5. And
right,
and once remote ID comes into play, if you cannot be identified, you cannot fly in controlled airspace.
Can you repeat that last sentence? If you cannot.
And if you cannot be identified, you will not be able to fly in controlled airspace.
Exactly. And there's a lot of controlled airspace. Like here in New York, in the 5 boroughs, you have 2 major airports. Then you have a third one in Jersey, not to mention all of the private airports and stuff. Do you get thrown in jail if you don't? Good question, Scott. Good question. It's from
Well,
what is explained, it's not the FAA's job to arrest you. It's the FAA's job to enlighten you on how and what you're supposed to be doing if you are flying anything from a paper
truthfully,
plane to a jetliner.
well, I think the FAA is starting to swing away from that. So I don't know. You know, would they throw you in jail? You can't, you're asking the wrong person. I don't work for them. So
He says he brought the plus batteries anyway, so he would have to, and wouldn't cost him anything since he's a Part 107. Yeah, yeah.
right. So you got to register it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But for those of you who are not, so flying in the country will be okay if it is not restricted airspace. You could be flying out there and you could run into an airstrip or something, and that particular airport may be a Class B airport. Within 5 miles of that airport, you're in restricted airspace. So it's use the apps you guys have before you fly, and aloft and all of that stuff. Even when I'm in Class G airspace, I use the notify and fly part of the app because it notifies the local airport and says, hey, in that tiny little yellow dot there's someone flying a drone.
Really?
So I use it even when I'm not in.
Does that happen all the time?
If you use the notify and fly to purpose now, they also have a disclaimer. So I cannot fly for fun anymore. You can fly for fun, dude. It's just where they're going with remote ID. Just stay in Class G airspace. There you go,
Right.
Gary. There you go. Michael Blades, what's good, man? How are you? Yes, just stay in Class G airspace. There is more Class G airspace than there is restricted.
True.
Okay. Hold on.
That is true.
Right, Herman?
Yeah, that is true. But, you know, and a lot of it in areas where you can't reach.
True. This is very, very true. I'm trying to pull up a map right here.
You're talking about airspace shelves and stuff like that. There's plenty of place to fly.
There is. And I want to pull up a map, but
Drone shots. What's up, Jody? What's good?
I've pulled up the wrong map, obviously.
Of course you did.
Okay. Gee, thanks. The problem is you click on these pages and, all right, allow. And I don't want to go to. Never mind. Give me a chance. I'll pull it up. But the objective was to pull up a map of New York City Class G's airspace. I should have just went to before you fly.
Well, you see, here's what my issue is with the whole remote ID. Let's talk about Karen.
Good topic.
Karen sees this drone, and this is in Class G airspace.
Yes.
And she alerts Mr. Officer Joe Public.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, he can't tell who the hell that is because it's not.
Right.
Whoever it is, if the drone crashed, they don't know who it is that crashed because it's not registered. It doesn't have a registration number on it.
Exactly. Now, I have pulled up the Before You Fly app. Here, let me pull it up on screen so you guys can see it for the PC. This is the PC version. I've never used it before.
Now they may be able to tell who it is that's flying the drone with whatever use.
I heard you can, but it says I'm right here. This is where I am. Okay. This is JFK Airport in this area here. All right. There's a 5-mile radius. This whole peninsula has a 400-foot radius. But what I'm trying to say is in Brooklyn here, if you see this blue line, can you see it barely? This blue bubble here? That's all restricted airspace for you guys that can see it. All right. This white area out here is Coney Island. It's unrestricted airspace. You can fly anywhere here freely. So don't think that they don't want you to fly. This bubble protects the airport. It's restricted airspace. This island, this peninsula where I'm at right now is under restricted airspace, but I have a 400-foot ceiling except when planes are landing on this runway here. Okay, when the planes are coming in on this runway or this runway here where I'm at every 2 minutes, the ceiling goes from 400 to 200 or 195 actually. You don't have to worry about these things if you fly in Class G airspace. I'm going to go to Coney Island right now where the amusement park is. Here's the Thunderbolt. This is the amusement park here. Okay. Or there's the aquarium. The amusement park is in this area. I'm going to ask for notification to fly. And you would hit notify and fly, and it will encircle this area in Class G airspace. So now these airports and this restricted and the FAA knows there's someone in this area flying. This is not, and here's their disclaimer. This is not an airspace authorization or replacement for a Lance FAA drone authorization. You click next. Let me move this here. And just to show you how easy it is, whether you're flying or not, recreationally, ceiling is 500 feet. I want to fly for a duration of, it says 6. Oh, I have to hit I am not a robot first. Okay.
400 feet is the ceiling.
Yes, the ceiling right here, Coney Island, is 400 feet. Let's say I want to fly for an hour. I'll file for the flight. Your flight was successfully filed. Now, right now, I have permission to fly right here in Coney Island. Now, it has a caution. Here's the caution. You pull it up. Recreational. Here's proof. I can fly there for an hour. Here's my ID given to me by the FAA. What more do you need to know other than fly cautiously?
Right. Well, what I'm saying to you is that information will come up there, but in case of any emergencies, not being registered, it may become an issue.
Yes, it may become an issue by not being registered. Yes, it's true. Just got interrupted by my daughter who just got married this weekend. She's finally financially responsible as someone. Let's go buy a drone. Congratulations, Scott. Scott, you fly FPV. Let's get a couple of drones. Rigor Mortis, what's good, man? How are you? Jody, Drone Shots, how are you? I'm sorry, I was in another window trying to explain it. But in answer to you guys, what we were talking about earlier,
just register your drones.
Yeah. It's $5 here in the United States. And like I said, if something goes down, your behind is covered because your drone is registered. Plain and simple. Now, talking about drones, I want to get into something because they always say, Herman always says, the best way to get something out there is to start a rumor. To get the truth out there is to start a rumor. This summer, DJI was supposed to come out with an FPV drone. We now have a leak of what this FPV drone is. You guys have seen it on Twitter. Drone XL has posted a picture of it. For those of you who don't know what DJI's next drone is, it is going to be this one right here.
Is it?
A Sinwhoop. Okay, and this is a basic design. It looks like it's going to be made of pretty durable plastic. Here's your FPV camera. Now, I have one question about this picture. Okay, and wait, what happened? Oh.
I don't know what you do.
Oh, here it is. I just wanted to pull it up even more. What is this little sensor right here? Is this going to be an obstacle avoidance sensor? What? Here we go. We're going to start the rumors, y'all. I'm just pointing out that little device that looks like a camera, but is also small enough to be the size of a sensor. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think, DJ? And look at it very good because it's plastic. Once again, glass, like the other one. I don't see no carbon fiber here. I do see exhaust, a zinc plate right here coming out the back, of course, for heat. As you see, it's ducted, but this looks like that same plastic they made the first FPV bird out of. What do you guys think about it? I'm coming back to the chat now, stopping the picture so I can see the chat. What's your input, Herman? Fly zone, Mike.
Well,
No input?
this picture, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be the next drone that DJI puts out.
Well, of course, it was a leak, like everything else is leaked from them. So until we hear it confirmed by Osita and Drone XL and Drone DJ,
But I mean,
it's
really,
just a picture.
yeah, but really, they do the same thing. I mean, he got the information. I mean,
Facial recognition. See, Mike says, see, Fly Zone Drone says that's not it, Lawrence. So I'm just asking, it was a picture leaked. What do you guys think they're going to do?
Right.
Hey, Chris, Drone Life RC. I'm not saying specifically that that's going to be the next one. I'm asking,
yeah, it says
what do you guys think? Because it comes down to a point where they show us little pictures and stuff, and Harley FPV says, fuck DJI. You know what? I would like to, but unfortunately, and I used their goggles. I used the Cadix Vista units, but DJI, they're doing what they can to get every fucking dime they can from us, aren't they? What do you guys think? Seriously, what do you think, Herman? If Fly Zone Drone says that that's not it.
I'm not banking on that being the next drone that they put out. I mean, I don't know what the hell that is. I mean, hey, it's the first of anything I've seen. So I don't know.
Mike, send me a picture. He says, I'll show you what's possible, Herman, if I can post in the chat. Send me the link on Facebook, Mike. I go to Facebook and hold on. Let me
go
to
because this here, like I said, it could be anything.
I have too many Mikes as friends. I don't know which one.
It could be anything.
Yeah. Send me something on Messenger and I'll see if I can post it up on here. Anyway, getting back to that, it was leaked. Okay, after the launch of DJI Mini 3, leaked information of the new next drone, DJI Avata. Avata seems to be DJI a Sinwhoop type drone, expected to be launched this summer. That's all. I am no way, shape, or form. Wait a minute. Views and opinions tonight are not necessarily everybody on the panel and or in the chat. Did you hear that, Herman?
What?
You didn't hear what I just played, right? Okay. So that's not working good. My buttons are still messed up, but
I heard something vaguely, but I didn't.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Well, anyway, hold on. No, that's not from him.
Did they hear it?
Did you guys, they probably didn't because I don't have voice meter hooked up.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sharing. But I want to go back to the picture again. I want to go back to the tweet again.
Right.
And show a picture. This is the article. Believe what you want. We know how they do. They're always leaking something. This is a prototype design. There are more leaks in DJI than in a calendar.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Where do those hashtags take you to?
Where do these hashtags? So if you type in DJI drones, let's go here. And you click
do is
that,
click
and
on it.
it comes up. DJI Avata. You click that, and the drone comes up.
Right.
New Jersey Drone Academy. Everyone's reposting and with the hashtags that goes to them. Drone News, Drone XL. If you click Drone XL's page, of course, he's got a picture. Actually, he's got a little sharper picture of it. Well, it's the same shit. It's just a video. I think Mike just sent me something. Hold on. Let me get rid of this here. I just got something. Wait, no, that's Art advertising on in Messenger that his show is coming up. Artco. I thought Mike from Fly Zone was sending me some information.
He's not going to send it.
Change the output on the audio for it. Rigor mortis, your buttons are coming through your speakers. I have to reinstall voice meter. I had voice meter banana, but I'm probably going to put voice meter potato, which has more channels, back in my machine. It started, I'm running Windows 11 and they did some update and it fucked up my sound really bad. So I had to uninstall it it does look like a render. I agree, Jody. Hold on. I just heard Facebook again. Here we go. These are pictures that Mike has sending me. Okay. Calm down. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I could pull these pictures
Now,
up.
how many pictures is it?
You send me a shitload. Okay, all right. Let's go to the first one. Let me zoom, share so you guys could see. This is it now. Mike, I'm not saying you're wrong, but this could be the version 2 of the FPV drone, and they may still be coming out with that Sinwhoop. Now, from what I see here, that's not too descriptive, but here, these are supposed pictures of the new DJI FPV bird. Can you guys see this?
That's even more plasticky than the render.
But you guys can see this though. Okay. Here we go. Better version. 02. All right. It definitely looks like the second version of the DJI FPV bird. That I agree. But is that going to be the next one they come out with this summer? I don't think so, because they're still selling the first version. Who knows? I could be wrong, right?
What difference does it make?
Right. They're going to come out with something and people are going to buy it. You might say, I'm noticing that the intakes on the side looks more like a jet. Here's another zinc plate to absorb heat. All right. Thank you very much, Mike from Fly Zone Drone. See, those guys get information. I have seen these new goggles with the camera, and people were wondering, well, why do they put a camera here so you can see without taking your goggles off, like the Fly Zone? Yeah, so you can see while you have the goggles on. Fly Zone goggles have a camera in the front. And these are the new version of the goggles. Yes, I have seen these photos. I just haven't seen these photos of this drone.
Now, Lawrence, do you remember the goggles that was Anarchy Labs was developing?
Yes.
Sure,
thanks,
that
Mike.
have similar technology, or would it just be that you can actually see in a specific space, or what in the goggles? When
That would be interesting. The camera is so you don't need the spotter for line of sight. Well, that too. Well, yeah, because it has a sensor on it.
Because that would be really interesting and disturbing to the actual pilot trying to stay focused on where the drone is in its space at its time.
Right. My thing is
seeing how they do that.
I understand what Mike's saying. That's so Sergio and I. That's what Sergio and I think. If that is for line of sight, being that it has a second camera projecting something like a laser, that would help if you're looking straight ahead. But for those FPV pilots that look this way and fly that way a quarter mile and fly that way a quarter mile, that forward-looking camera is not going to see it's not going to see the drone. But I could
Right,
see
that's
where
what
he
I'm
was going.
saying to you.
I could see where he was going with that, though.
That's what I meant, because it would be kind of disturbing too.
I mean, if I want to see line of sight where the drone is, and I can turn my head, it's telling me that the drone is this way. And I can turn my head with the goggles and see it. That would be a good feature. Picture in picture style, like on your TV, Herman. That's what rigor mortis says.
Yeah, okay. I understand that. I just, as fast as you're moving, I don't think you really want that in your face.
Well, see, the trick, people have enough issues with vertigo, flying FPV, moving their heads and doing the Stevie Wonder and stuff like this. So imagine having a camera on and having to turn your head to look this way to get line of sight or something. Yeah, I think it would be distracting. I agree with you, Herman and rigor mortis. But we don't know because we don't have it. They do.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna test it out and see how it works.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh, well, yeah. Of course, they're going to test it out and see how it works. Definitely. Hold on.
I'm just saying.
This is a picture of.
I'm just saying that, you know, if you trying to zip around the tree.
Oh, he did send me picture in picture, Herman.
If you trying to zip around a tree and you got somebody walking past in front of you down in the corner of your eye, I mean, it's like.
Yeah, that's true. If this is right, you have picture in picture here, up here. I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Now that would be you looking in the direction of the drone, sort of like a rear view window, but looking from the front. I could see that because here's your telemetry. Here's all your telemetry and everything, standard telemetry. And then there's a menu here. Mm-hmm. Probably that would take you into this mode or this camera. That's interesting that you'll be able to fly full screen.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the new setup, supposedly. A much smaller controller, goggle, and the new bird.
So when
I'll be interested to see how much that fucker costs. Off the top of my head, I'm saying $1,500. You heard it here first. Thanks, Mike, for sending me.
Hold on.
I'm saying straight off the top, $1,500.
Hold on. How much was the last one? $3,000 for that whole setup when it came out.
And this one will be $1,500.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah, get used to paying. 12. Get used to paying more money. More money. Get used to paying it.
Hey, Robert.
Just get used to it. You know what you do?
What's that?
Just give DJI your card number, right?
Every time some card out, just
something come out, they could just send it. They could just send it.
Well, for those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, this was just leaked on Twitter.
Word.
Okay, and I just want to show it really quick and then get rid of it. It was leaked that supposedly they're supposed to, the DJI Avata, they're working on a Synwhoop.
Really?
Supposedly. And then it was just revealed to us through pictures that DJI also has a version 2 for the DJI FPV bird. And I was saying, if DJI comes out with a new drone, it needs to be carbon fiber. And once again, we see the plastic eggshell of a body that they've come out with.
Fiber.
Huh?
They're not going to do carbon fiber.
I see that now. I'm convinced of it. They will not do anything carbon fiber. I'm convinced of it, definitely.
They're also not going to put out anything like anything you guys build either. They get these kind of little race machines. Like this thing here looks like part motorcycle, part drone, part God knows.
Gary has a good idea. We have to ask Billy Kyle if he likes bamboo shoots under his nails It'll make them talk. I won't buy it. I'm sticking to traditional FPV. Well, see, herein lies my problem. DJI is going to come out with birds whether we buy them or not. They're going to sell them whether we buy them or not. Me personally, I've been flying carbon fiber drones from day one. I'm afraid to even touch somebody's DJI FPV bird. Nonetheless, fly it. People have offered me to fly their DJI FPV birds. No. Hell to the no. I'm good. You won't get me for cracking an eggshell. Quadcopters in tech. How are you? I'm just saying. Hey, Corey, what's good, man?
But it lands softly, like your
It
camera.
lands softly after while it's tumbling, and the arms are snapping off.
No. No, that's you then. You crash. But when you land, you don't have to worry about how how you skip along the ground sometimes. Real hard.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. See, you can't do that with those drones.
Well, you don't have to worry about that because it doesn't land like that.
That's true. Well, that's if you have full control of it. I will still to this day will not fly anyone's DJI FPV bird for that reason. You give me a carbon fiber, I'll fly the hell out of it. Because I know if I smash it up, I can fix it. I'll take it home and repair it. You know, but that thing, you fly it and hit something the wrong way, it's just broken molded plastic. Yeah, Robert Glazier, you're right. DJI knows what they're doing. They know damn well what they're doing.
You get the care refresh and hold on for dear life.
That's long as they can reel you in with that care refresh and you don't violate that care refresh.
And when the care refresh is about to run out, if you still enjoy flying it, renew
it. That's true, because that first crash is going to run out. But anyway, I cannot see the chat now, so you may have to kind of keep your eyes on the chat. Better bring a dustpan every time you go fly. Exactly, Mike. I wish I had a sound effect. You would get the super chat button. That's the comment of the day.
Listen, leave the Humpty Dumpty drone alone.
Yeah. I mean,
that thing hit the ground. That's it. All the king's horses and all the king's men can't put it back together.
Not putting it back together again unless you got care refresh.
How many pilots at a drone meetup does it take to put together a DJI?
Yes. Now,
FPV
here's a question. Here's a question I want to ask anyone out there who has a 3D printer. Do you have a program that can scan an object in 3D? Because I have a 3D camera that I purchased, and I want to put this 3D camera on my FPV bird. This is the size of it. This is the form factor.
It's kind of big.
It is. No, they have bigger, and there's one that's about this big, but this one, I want to, if I can get this scanned into someone's computer, I'll be able to create a mount for it. It fits like this in here and hold. It goes in a selfie stick and stuff, but excuse me, I want to put it on an FPV bird. So if you have a 3D printer, iPhone 12 can scan 3Ds, I know. Yeah, iPhone 12, the iPhone 13, I think also does it. The iPhone 12 has a mini LiDAR, if I'm correct. Someone did show me that, but I need to be able to scan this thing and come up with a file where I can create using a CAD program or someone's 3D CAD program with their scanner to create a mount. Okay. But I want to get to this next story because I wanted to show you guys, talk about this story 2 weeks ago, and it never came up. But we know how the military is already using swarm drones and swarm technology. And I saw this story and it came up because now the technology, how we always talk about how the military has this, they come up with ideas for different things and it slowly trickles down. Well, now swarm technology is trickling down. And what I mean by swarm technology is trickling down. Um, these guys have come up with the drone. Let me pull it up, this picture, so I can give you a better. And I do have a video of them in action also. This company or this group of gentlemen come up with this drone right here that has obstacle avoidance, regular RGB camera. Now, these drones can fit in the palm of your hand, and they've taught these drones to be able to follow a target or maneuver through a bamboo forest without hitting anything, and also while still being able to follow a target in formation. This is the formation they started in, and they were able to acquire the target as the target site was one drone site was obstructed from the left view. The other three drones would say it's still there, just keep following and find a way through. I thought it was a cool story due to the fact that, go ahead.
These guys are scientists at the university in in China.
In Zhejiang, China. Yes.
Yeah, you know, and you talk about things trickling down. A lot of times these are where things are found. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So these guys are doing this, and they've been able to have a group of 10 palm-sized drones operate by communicating with each other and sending back the information and what it sees to be able to navigate its way around through those that forest in formation. Also, what
Right.
drones are doing is, in case one drone loses sight of the object, it's getting information from the other drones to keep in sight so they can stay in formation while maneuvering through this forest. So this is not a small achievement by these gentlemen.
No, it's not. And the fact that what's scary is we know that the military already has been working on swarm technology and stuff. The issue is we also know what drones can do. We saw it in Ukraine. They dropped a grenade into the rooftop of a car.
Right, exactly. You mentioned the military, and I mean, I don't see that, you know, we can say that the military does this, we can speculate what the military is doing. But like I said, a lot of times these are where things are found. You know, these are where things are developed.
Yes.
And then you see people and different things disappear.
Right. And now,
you understand?
Keep talking. I'm going to keep talking.
And then they reappear somewhere else.
I was saying, keep talking. I'm going to pull up the video.
Yeah, what I'm saying to you, as far as what they're doing here, what's this woman's name? Elka Schwartz.
Yes.
You know, she's a senior lecturer at Queen Mary University. Now, her specialties is in what do you call it? I believe that's women, but the specialty is in drones for combat. The use of drones for combat. So, you know, she's saying that this technology here that they're working on is something that the military could be interested in.
Oh, I'm more than sure of it, because any swarm technology, keep in mind they're working on their.
You know, like we not to cut you off, but they, you know, it does mention, you know, how, you know, like, you know, Russia and China and other countries are working on trying to develop this technology.
Right. Everyone seems to be working on it. Now, I wanted to pause right here really quick. I just wanted to play, but I wanted to point out the importance of these drones communicating to each other. Okay, because if you look closely right here, 2 drones have lost video signal, but because there are 2 more drones still following, they are communicating the location of this gentleman right here. So now these 2 drones that have lost signal will make some kind of evasive move to make sure that signal is back, and they obtain here. This is a block right here. It shows a blanket up. This drone in this corner cannot see this gentleman. This one can only see him partially. You get the gist of it. That by communicating to each other, they're saying, even though you can't, they're telling this drone back here, even though you can't see it, the target is still there. Now you should move ahead forward to try and catch this target on screen again. And that's exactly what it does. It moves forward and it catches them. It's cool technology. I like to see this happening. I would like to see this stuff being taught for STEM in you understand? Because they're palm-sized drones. I mean, I'm sure you can do I'm not sure because I don't know what technology goes into these. But you get my gist of it. Imagine teaching this to kids in school. They would be interested in shit like this. You don't think so?
Of course they would. You have to spark their interest.
Yeah, well, things like this spark the kids' interest. I will share the video so you guys can check it out. Like I said, I wanted to talk about it 2 weeks ago. It's very interesting.
Excuse me.
No problem. It's very interesting that the technology is slowly trickling down, and now colleges and people are able to start building and thinking about doing this stuff themselves. Now, like you had mentioned in the story, the military is keeping an eye on this to see where it goes. Companies do it all the time. It's not just the military, Herman, right? Companies do it. They watch somebody, a competitor or somebody come up with something, an idea. Like I'm watching Herman come up with an idea to tie sneakers faster. And I've been thinking about that. If his idea launches, it's much easier to just go up and to Herman and say, look, would you like to sell that idea? He may say no. Single board. It is single board computer tech, Corey. Tech, Corey. It is. You're right. What'd you say, Herman?
That's how the makeup industry works.
What do you mean?
And they steal all the ideas and put it into just those.
And then come up with them, right?
Yeah, they take everyone's ideas. They just buy them out on it.
Wow. Well. Yeah. I thought you guys would find. Thanks, Michael Blade. It is interesting to know that the technology is slowly trickling down, and the story also goes on to say that no one person can control 10 drones, but the 10 drones can control each other and communicate to each other much better than a human can. And because the information that needs to be processed is happening so fast, the human brain would probably explode taking all that information in.
Well, no, you just couldn't control all of them to fly all of them at one time. It would have to rely on a software that links them all together. It would have to. You can't. It would never be done.
No. I thought you guys might like that. I like I said 2 weeks ago, I had wanted to show that story, and for some reason it just we never got to it or whatever.
I just thought that was crazy how this actually works. And it's funny because talking about the programming of it, and it was like they mentioned that there's 2 types of programming that you can do with this. Is like to program it to react like an insect or like a bird.
Yes.
Even though programming it like an insect would have less computer processing, flying, program it to fly like a bird would be more efficient, because the simple fact is having them react and actually work with one another, whereas that an insect is more a go forward and attack forward. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I actually forgot to even bring that. I'm glad you brought that up, because those 2 different modes or
And that's
complete.
why they program it to react like a bird,
Yeah.
whereas that they're actually working with one another in the situation, as opposed to attack
Acting.
and whoever gets there
Right.
gets there.
That's the insect mode that it
Right.
could attack and swarm around and distract or do whatever it's supposed to do while avoiding objects in the air. But to think about it now, we have the DJI
Hey, right?
mini series that you can fly at the palm of your hand. The technology has obstacle avoidance. You can go so far with it. You can do so many different things. And then you have these guys at this university creating a drone that fits in the palm of your hand
Right, right.
that can follow a subject in a group. You can launch 3 or 4 of them and it'll follow a subject. Now, the next thing is once you can get something to follow something, you can also get it to attack, unfortunately.
Maybe.
Well, I'm just saying, that's just food for thought. You want to keep them. Hey, Ray Kelly, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Hope all is
I
well.
mean, I like what they mentioned about well, tracking a subject.
Yeah.
And could you imagine, like, how, where that technology is right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the next few years, that forest gets more dense.
It will still be able to get through that forest. And what's
You know
cool
what I'm
about
saying
it,
to you? You see what I'm saying to you? The forest will get more dense. Now, these drones being able to maneuver through something like that, the next
hey,
few
Mr.
years,
Crowley and Drone.
in
Well,
the
they
next
were
few
also
years, where
saying,
this would be.
yeah, but Herman, they also mentioned the fact that these drones could be sent into a building that has been exploded, imploded, whatever you want, and search for
Exploded, but
people, and search for people. Yeah, I slipped that in. And search for people, people, or objects or animals in a building where it's unsafe for people to fly. These
right.
drones
Well,
would be
people
able
would
to
go into, yeah.
fly into these spaces and look around. So
Yeah.
imagine releasing a swarm into a building and telling it to fly into the building and do a search and rescue.
Well, they'll operate one
Right,
another.
the ramifications are very, very good for it. Oh, Elliot, all is well, but Chase Elliott just spun out. Oh, we're watching NASCAR. Ray Kelly's a big NASCAR guy. I like Indy, Ray Kelly. When we get to the Formula Ones, there are a few of them I like. The Ferrari won last weekend, actually. Came in first and second place, Herman. That's one other thing I do watch. Herman says I don't watch normal sports because I like golf, and I don't watch basketball. Football I do watch. Baseball I watch, but IndyCar racing and golf I will watch. That I will definitely
You
do.
could watch golf, but you don't like baseball.
Baseball's okay for me. I went through that phase when I was young. I played it. I went to games every other weekend. I'm baseballed out. It's like living next to the beach. Well, no, it's not because I know people that live
Paint
next to the
dry.
beach and will go all year round for the
I mean,
rest of
like
their life.
simulate paint dry.
Huh?
I mean, like the simulation of paint dry.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. That's how it feels to me.
Watch the paint dry.
I like baseball. Hey, Harley FPV, have a good evening, bro. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate the support, definitely.
Thanks for stopping in, Harley.
Yes, definitely. We appreciate each and every one of you for stopping in, even you guys who lurk outside. We appreciate all of it. Got 3 of my drones that were down back in the air, Mr. Crawley. Okay, congrats, Jack.
Okay.
Rabbit FPV. Scott, fly, crash, repair, repeat. You
Well,
know, you know the thing.
have fun.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, have fun.
Yes, definitely. I want to get on to this next one. Are you familiar with the Hero franchise, Jersey Mike's?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to put it, I wish I could play my disclaimer, but I want to say they make really good sandwiches, but they're
I don't
too
know what
fucking
all of that.
small. They're too fucking small,
I
plain
don't
and
know about
simple.
all of that.
They do make good sandwiches, but they're too small. But anyway, Jersey Mike's is
Hmm.
teaming up with Flytrex, who we've done stories on. Flytrex is delivering food in different parts of the world, and our Flytrex partners are with National Food Chain. Flytrex is here in the United States. They've teamed up with Jersey Mike's in a partnership to deliver food in Holly Springs, North Carolina.
Hmm.
So I don't know if JC flying. Where's John? John isn't. He said he was
Now,
in Carolina. He's in
now,
South. Huh?
now, can I say something about this?
Yeah, yeah.
The
Come on.
reason, the reason why you see this happening and with Jersey Mike's, and let's be honest with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
This is just another one of these trial periods, right? Because they got what Flytrex, which is the company that actually is the food chain link,
Yes.
would have to be the one picking up the tab on the drone airline. You understand? Because
Yes.
let's say we had drone delivery in full operation. Jersey
Right.
Mike's selling a sandwich, right? How much is Jersey Mike's going to be able to sell a sandwich for to be able to pay the cost of the drone airline that is shipping his sandwiches?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We know when the
Yeah.
hospitals do things, they charge insurance companies a shitwad of money.
Right. Of
They can
course.
pay their bills.
Right.
But Jersey Mike's, to him to be able to sell you a sandwich, just like I said, this is a trial thing. And I just believe it's more of trying to expand the parameters of their logistics to see what they can maneuver with in
Well,
flight.
it's funny. It's funny you say that because we have another story later on that talks about a company that was in the drone community that is quitting the flying part of the drone community and just getting into terra droning. We'll
Right.
get into that a little later, but what
But
my I see what you're saying and I understand. This is Flytrex did get a waiver from the FAA
uh,
authorizing them to fly 1 nautical mile from their launch point.
mhm.
Now, that to me does sound like a trial thing. And like you said,
Mhm.
everyone's collecting logistics now. That's what it's all about. Thank you, guys. Please click that like button and continue to. It's
Yes,
all
hit the
about
like button,
logistics,
please.
Herman,
Yes, feel free.
right? Logistics
Well,
is where
yeah, I
everything
mean,
is. If you can produce,
exactly because you know who is it? Flytrex is using what company to do this?
who else?
What company is Flytrex using to do this with?
What company are they
Yeah.
using to do this with?
Uh-huh. What drone
They
company?
weren't they
'Cause
using, um, hold on.
because they just mentioned, I see everything that they mentioned
Good
about it,
question.
but I don't see the drone airline that they're using for this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm looking through this and I don't remember seeing one either. It's, you
because
know what? That's
because I know
funny.
they use Swoop Arrow to do something on one of their drone airlines that they used for something. No, when they were operating in Dallas Fort Worth area,
Right.
and they mentioned being into expanding into the city area, but
Right.
once again, they're now 40 miles south of the Dallas Fort Worth area,
Right.
operating in a smaller town.
That is a good question. They talk about the company has been operating out of North Carolina since 2020 with
Mhm.
the service in Dallas Fort Worth, but they do not mention what drone company they're using.
Right.
That's interesting.
And Flytrex is probably using their own proprietary system. That's interesting.
Yeah, but to do all of this and not talk about the drone that's not talk about the drone that they're using is interesting in itself.
Hmm.
I just want to say, hey Stevie, what's good, man? I haven't been. Hope all is well. AJ Alvarez, how are you? What's good? Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. Don't
Welcome.
forget to click that like button, guys. Uh, we were just talking about a story that Jersey Mike's is teaming up in North Carolina, Holly Springs, North Carolina, to deliver heroes to people who live within 1 mile radius of the store. And we, after speaking with Herman, they've
They're
given
using
us all these.
their own
Huh?
drone.
They're using their own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would be bragging. Yeah, I'm using the SR-79, whatever. It's a swoop arrow drone. Johnny Mack, how are you? Hope all is well. All the way over in Scotland. Had a girl trolling my Facebook page saying, trust to, hold on. Drone Life RC says, had a girl trolling my Facebook page saying the trust test was not a test and no one will ask if you have it while you're flying. Well, Drone Life RC, that is not so true. From what I heard, and this is only rumored, and maybe Herman can concur, but we did hear here in New York that people were being asked if if they've taken the trust test. Not if you have a copy of it, but if you've taken the trust test.
Well, I don't know. I heard that there was some officers that were aware that this thing existed. So
Yes, we did hear that here in New York City also, that
yeah,
police
yeah.
officers do know of the.
Flytrex has their own drone.
Okay, all right,
Hmm.
all right, that's what's up. Yes, I'm glad to see. Good to see you, Johnny Mac. Weather crap over there.
Sorry to hear that.
But Chris, I wouldn't worry about it. If you've taken the trust test, take a picture of it because they want you to print it out and carry it on you. What I've done is I've taken the trust test, even though I'm 107. I have taken the trust test anyway, and I've taken a picture that of the past
Ooh,
certificate that they give you. I fly recreational. I may not want to say that I'm a 107. I may say I may want to fly recreational. What can I say?
nah, flash it on them. They want to know.
Yeah,
Flash
I
it on
know,
them.
I know.
It's
Just go bam, right? Just go bam, slap it on the table. But I'm flying recreational. But anyway, as a 107, I do have a copy of the trust test in my wallet.
Mhm.
If you can comply with 107 laws, you can comply with recreational laws as well. Correct, Herman?
Put it on your phone.
That's what I did. I took a picture of it. It's in my phone. I'm not going to carry a physical paper. If someone asks me, did I take the trust test and do I have a copy of it? Yes, I can go bam and show you
I
on my
can
phone.
pull it up on what's that? Google
Yeah.
or
He says he has
in
his
Google
printed off
Drive.
and in his drone bag. Okay. I
Okay.
understand. That's good. And it may seem like a lot, it may seem like nothing. Even if you fly FPV, have this stuff, guys. So if someone confronts you, you can go boom here.
Make us some new T-shirts.
Right. Do you know what airspace
The
you're
trust,
flying in?
the trust. I've taken the trust test with your
Think, yo,
certificate number on it.
somebody, could you
Like,
imagine someone come up with a
like
shirt saying,
to make it look like when you go for when you get the mug shots and they got the
mm-hmm.
numbers on.
I've taken my trust test, and then you show your number right there under you, right? That's true. True. I'm glad to hear that, Joe Black, about Joe Black, that you keep yours in your bag. It's the same thing. It's not hard. It's not hard. You carry a drone registration. If something happens and they say, "Oh, a drone went down," it had to be you because I saw you flying a drone that day. No, here's my drone registration. Here's the sticker on my drone. It wasn't me. All right, here's my trust certification. Here's whatever I need. Just have it ready. Get a notify and fly from before you fly in Class G airspace. So even if the police ask you, sounds like a great shirt, right, Marcel? Marcel likes that idea too. I've taken the trust test, and you have your picture with your trust ID number on it. Because after you pass it, they do give you a number, a different number. What's happening in the Celtics game? Make a T-shirt out of it for the Karens. You have to, you'd have to Sharpie your own numbers though, or shirts would be pricey. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, have a blank space and Sharpie your number in. Yeah, that's pretty slick. See, you guys, somebody need to do that. Come up with something like that. I've taken a trust test. Here's my ID number. For him, FPV, how are you? Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. Hope all is well.
You know what, though, Lawrence?
What's that?
What are you talking about? For the Karens?
Yeah, for the Karens.
What about if you're a 107 pilot operating?
Hey, show. What happened?
What if you're a 107 pilot and you're operating? Should you just throw a yellow vest on?
Put a vest on top of that, right?
Or should your vest say, Karen, I'm a 107 pilot. Please stand back.
She wouldn't know what that is. That's what I'm a professional pilot. Leave me alone. Trust me, I'm a professional pilot with a character pilot on it in pursuit outfit. What the hell? Wait a minute. Trust me, I'm a professional pilot with the character pilot on it. Marcel, you're trying to get people arrested.
Trust me.
Celtics are blowing them out, 101-77. We're just getting ready to axe the score. Thanks, Draymond.
Once you start off with trust me, it's all over from there.
Well, I wanted to go into this story here, Herman, because
which one?
Finally, the United States is getting to a point where people are wanting to fly here and bring their drone companies here and do what it takes to get the certification.
Which company is this?
I said company. I'm sorry. The House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Okay, when I said company. The committee advanced in a pair of bipartisan bills to aim to better prepare the United States for more drones and futuristic aviation like flying taxis. And what they've done is, this is recent, what they've done is the House of Transportation and Infrastructure Committee has approved two bills. One of bill, the HR 5315, by a vote of 54-4 on Thursday, that would create an infrastructure inspection grant program to fund drones that could help find cracks in bridges, which means they're passing a bill to make it legal as a 107 pilot for you to go and perhaps under this bill get some work inspecting bridges. The second one they've also have a backed bill. Lawmakers also have a backed bill called the HR 6270 with a vote of 55-2 that will give a grant to be developed for air mobility infrastructure. For example, where taxis are landing and taking off from. There seems to be a rash of a shitload of companies out there that want to fly their drones and want people to deliver food with drones and all of this, but no one's talking about where these fuckers are landing or a landing pad.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because both grants offer $100 million and, also into the training. And one of the other grants was into training in these sectors. So, they're talking about an estimated of 300,000 jobs and an annual, an annual earning income of 115 billion in the market by 2035.
Mm-hmm. Which means the United States is finally starting to invest in itself, and
Is
finally
it?
we have some companies, American-made drone companies that are building drones. We're starting to build stuff again. We're starting to invest in our infrastructure. We're starting to become America
Well,
that
see,
used to be.
but this is the thing, you have to do these things. You have to develop from the bottom up and let it all meet in the middle because it's just like how in sports how they work free agency to work so we can win now and let the younger guys come along.
Yeah,
So it's the same type of thing here, but $100 million may not be enough. You know what I mean?
but it's a good start.
Yeah,
100
I mean,
million.
because the reason why I say that is because you're talking about putting this money into training. So now
Right.
we're starting to talk about where salaries go and where the money for salaries go. You understand what I'm saying to you? And that's where the issues come into play with all of this.
Well, see, now that I like the story due to the fact that it's saying the United States is, when you start passing on bills, writing bills and
Mhm.
laws and stuff like that, the House Transportation Infrastructure Committee is dedicated to fixing our infrastructure. We know there are bridges here in New York City that should have been worked on long time ago, as well as bridges in places across the United States. Now that they passed they approved legislation for this one, HR 5315. You can look it up, or I'll give you the link right here. And
Hold
well,
on.
no, I can't
You
give you the
know,
link because I can't do that
uh,
because they won't let me.
oh, well, you see, we don't we
You
talk
have to
about
look it up. And the HR 6270.
we talk about all the time about how these things are not getting done. And a lot of times it's not so much that they're not getting done. Just keep in mind one thing. When it comes to certain uh, places like here in New York, a road, right? Just a
Yeah.
simple road. I want to tear that road up and repave that road. Well, when is that road needed? In New York, that road is needed right away. Or else you
Yeah,
just
all
tied
the
up
time.
or else you just tied up traffic forever. You understand? So as soon as
Yeah.
these roads are ready, they need it. So now if I have to close roads now, right, and close bridges, this ties up the whole city. People complain, people complain, people complain. Oh, we need it done. Just don't do it in my area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get it done, but just don't affect my day-to-day travel.
Right.
And that's where the biggest issue comes in because people lobby against these
Thanks
things.
for coming in, FPV.
And these town meetings and all kinds of things, people flip out when the subway line is being certain things are being corrected
Yeah,
and
yeah.
being repaired
All the time.
along the 7 line, especially.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I just know like when we get a major road repaired, as soon as that road is paved and that tar cool a little bit, oh, let it through.
Mm-hmm.
So these roads are already getting beat. They're working on them while you driving over it.
True.
The same
That's
bridge
true.
that we were talking about repairing,
We see it
they'll be
here in New
repairing
York
it
all the
while you're
time.
driving over it.
You wonder the 4 years to rebuild the interstate downtown area.
If they shut
Yeah.
it down,
You
because
see
they
what
shut
show
it
said?
down, forget about it.
You see what the show put? 4 years to rebuild the interstate downtown area. And by the time they finish rebuilding that area, the rest looks
It
like
needs to
shit.
be repaired. That's just like when they did the
Uh-huh.
BQE over. By the time they got to the other end,
Mm-hmm.
that side needed to be repaired again
Yeah.
because of the
Yeah.
amount of traffic that goes through it.
Yeah. Joe Black goes, flying cars, no need for roads. Oh, they're working on it.
Here we go.
They're working on it, Joe.
Let me tell you something. I seen some of them guys on the road. and I've seen guys at drone meetups. You know what? I'm gonna get a bike when when we get into the height of this. I'm gonna get a bike and watch you guys fall from the sky.
Yeah, well, don't be typing and and texting and driving, Stevie. We appreciate it. Thanks for letting us know.
Stevie.
He says he's listening. He's driving. Flying cars, no need for airports. Well, you still need a place to land that car, and that's what this story's talking about. A lot of people are working on a solution to get people from point A to point B, but no one's working on a solution. We did a story on vertiports. It says, hold on, let me just read this section real quick. It just says, NASA said this week that they're working on solutions to the question of where taxi vehicles will take off and land. NASA is concerned, involved in this. The aviation industry is lobbying for both grant programs, arguing that they would help more state agencies acquire drone technology to examine infrastructure and ready the country for future aviation and technology.
Right.
So
we did a story over a year ago that when NASA got involved in the urban air mobility movement. As everyone says that it's not happening.
Scott said, do you need a ride, Herman?
Who?
I don't know. Jack Rabbit said, need a ride, Herman? LOL.
Oh, no, I'm good.
You said you're getting a bike, remember?
Oh no, I don't need a ride because once everybody moves over to flying cars, like I said, I've seen guys at drone meetups, and I've seen some guys driving on the streets. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I can't wait to see cars flying around, but
you won't be here.
Yeah, I know. Be dead and gone when they're flying around regularly.
That's a regular thing. I'm gonna be gone. Thank you.
Anyway, I
don't
have
want to see the accidents on that. We still live on the ground.
I got a one-shot video. I found one. It's very now the guy flew it this fast purposely. As to why, I do not know. I have to give full credit to Austral Plywoods. This is their fly-through of their plywood factory. It's in Brisbane, wherever that is. It's a super-sized factory. I saw it. I was looking for one-shot video, and this one came up. So hope you enjoy it. It's a fast fly-through. Of course, we cannot play audio, which I have to mute, and I will probably get a copyright for showing more than 30 seconds of it, like I do every Sunday. But this is the fly-through of their plywood factory. Now, this is a pretty big place from what I've seen. And this guy, this is the speed he flies through here. Okay. It is a Cinewhoop. It's actually a smaller version drone, smaller than a Cinewhoop. And you'll see why when he goes through certain places. But he does fly the entire compound. And when I say compound, there are 5 or 6 buildings that he goes through and stuff. I don't know who their sound guy was, but he needs to be fired.
Why?
I'm going to put the video up so you guys can watch this with the sound. And the sound was off. It was all right. I'll give him some credit. He was close, but the sound guy didn't do too well. And unfortunately, because this drone does not have sound, I'm pretty sure that these people stood there in front of a microphone and acted out the scenes while doing it. At least that's what it sounded like the audio guide put together. I'm just saying.
It's just like any other.
It's flown well. This is a big ass place that I see, but
I could not work here.
Oh, sneezing!
I would
with the fibers in the air. Oh my goodness! If you suffer from hay fever, imagine breathing in sawdust.
As soon as that tree came in and hit that machine, my day's over.
Days are over, right? Now he does fly each and every one of these buildings, and like I said, if they had focused more on syncing the audio, I think it would have came out a lot better. But that was just me personally.
Now,
But like I
Superman
said,
got kryptonite, Lawrence.
huh?
The Superman got kryptonite.
Yeah.
Sawdust.
Oh, please.
That's it. I'm done.
I could imagine. I used to work with a general contractor hanging sheetrock. You know, more dust comes from sheet sanding, and we were sanders. We used to sand the sheetrock, dude. But that's it. I want you guys to, if you get a chance, to listen to the audio track along with it. Maybe you'll agree with me. Maybe you'll
Wasn't
disagree.
bad. They're
What
gonna
do I know?
disagree
Lake
with you.
Pilot, how are you, man? Johnny Drone Flyer, what's up,
They're
man?
gonna disagree with you. It's fine.
It
It is a
probably
big place, though.
yeah.
He went
Yeah.
through every aspect of a sheet of plywood.
Yes, they did. From the raw log all the way through finishing and polishings, you know, edges. They already have flying cars since the 90s. Not many can afford it. You know what? You have a valid point, Corey.
What happened?
My boy Corey says they've had flying cars since the 90s. You
Right.
just can't afford them.
Okay. When you talk about flying cars, right, since the 90s, who's got them and which air skies are they flying these cars on above which roads? What I'm saying to you is that we always want to talk about comparing this lifestyle to the Jetsons. If you go back and you watch the Jetsons again, did they have flying cars because they wanted to, or was it because of necessity?
There was a necessity. Everything was up in
lived
the air.
in the air. We
Yeah.
live on the ground. A
Right.
bunch of flying cars in the air. I'm getting a bike. These
Hey,
fools
Jim.
can't handle the roads with lines on it. Imagine taking away the lines from them. Oh, hell no.
And giving them 3 dimension. Yeah, that might be a little scary.
No, give me a bike. I'll watch you guys fall to the ground.
What
The
you said,
traffic accidents would be tragic.
You're right, because they're in the air. Not many can afford drones too, Joe says. You're right about that shit. You're right about that for sure. There are
Guys,
still a
guys
couple
don't
of
want to
drones.
register a drone. You want a flying car? All right.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, right, Herman? Right? You guys don't even want to pay $5 to register a 250-gram drone, 249-gram drone. You're talking about
You want a
flying.
flying car? Right. Okay. Let's get it.
You have a valid point. That is funny. That is real funny.
All right. I love it.
Okay. I want to get onto this one because some of you may not remember this story, but Herman and I have been doing this live stream for 2.5+ years. And a while back, we did a story on a company called Skyward. And Skyward was one of the pioneering companies out there that, hold it, let me get the information down, right? I want to get the information there. Hold on, I should have had it queued up. Okay, Skyward launched in 2013 as the drone op management platform, and in 2017, if they were one of the first companies like Aloft and Before You Fly to offer LANC services, LAANC services. You know, Lance, LANC, Tomato. They were one of the first out there. Before even some of the companies that we use, apps we use now to do it. When the FAA rolled out this capacity, they were acquired by Verizon. Like many people, companies buy other companies, and then once they buy the company, they may phase out a part of that company that made them who they are. Here's an important notice concerning your Skyward subscription. Skyward, they offer you a whole drone infrastructure and for drone delivery, et cetera. But this is what they sent to all of their customers, and I'm reading it word for word. Important update concerning your Skyward subscription. Hello, valued customer. We are announcing today that Skyward, a Verizon company, will be ending operations in the coming weeks. This was not an easy decision. The Verizon robotics team will be focusing our efforts on ground robot management, connectivity, service, and solutions, meaning Terra drones. You know, drones on the ground delivering stuff on the ground. We apologize for the inconvenience that this will cause you. We seek to give you the smoothest possibility to transition off Skyward without significantly impacting your flight operations. In compliance to our terms of service, we will continue to support the Skyward drone management platform through June 30th, 2022, at which point users will no longer have access. I'm not going to read on much of it, but it goes on to say why this is so surprising, because now we're starting to see companies in the drone community come up and go.
Well, this doesn't surprise me, and it's not a come up and go, because I've seen this before in a similar fashion. I don't know if you are familiar with Claire.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I remember.
Well, Claire used to have internet service.
They were an internet company provider.
Right. And Claire was taken over by Sprint. Sprint took the technology that they had and developed it and developed it and developed it. And now Sprint, after developing what they've developed, have now merged with T-Mobile. So Skyward, they're talking about disappearing. No, not a disappearance. Skyward's technology, and we always talk about logistics. They're going to use this and what they know, what they've learned, the technology that they have, like you said, they tell you here, and focus it on ground-based robotics, such as maybe even vehicles that may operate.
Vehicles, delivery drones. We've seen
things that may kind of walk it, kind of like sort of, I don't know. It could be anything.
Yes. Yes, it did happen, Jack Rabbit. Gary and them, they did have a meetup. He's actually launching a video, I believe, at 7 p.m., which is a half hour from now, with the meeting up with those guys. Hey, John Booth. But this just goes to show, I'm going to pull up a picture. This is the Skyward Percepto operating system that they will be shutting down for users. Hold on, let me pull it up quick. So if you were a Percepto owner, if you own a Percepto drone, we know Perceptos were drones in a box. Okay. His picture goes on to show that they use this Percepto drone to do inspections. And this is the operating and infrastructure software that they're getting rid of. Percepto right here. Here's the name. Quick launch. These are for people who need to check out something. In this particular situation, there were forest fires coming close to the Verizon territory. And in this story, they go on to say that the FAA authorized this company to inspect their property as the fire was getting closer. So now all of this is going. I'm looking here, it's kind of blurred, but it says data map, live map, which is here, missioning, mission bank, schedule a mission. I guess you can go into this software and schedule or draw around the property you want to patrol, or tell it you want to patrol up here and schedule a time, and this Percepto drone in a box will do it with people watching for visual aids, just in case there's something that the drone can't see. But getting to the story, they're ending this service right here.
Well, the thing is, what makes it so interesting is, like, they also, what was it? They announced, 2021 with their partnership with Parrot to provide the 4G service for the Yanafi, was that the AI, artificial intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, I don't know what's going to happen.
Hey, Scott, had you not gone to your daughter's wedding, that would not have been good. So I'm glad you went to your daughter's wedding. Anyway, Herman, we
Right.
had a good live stream, but it's that time already.
Oh, really? Wow.
It is. It is.
Well,
It
time
really
flies when
is.
you're having fun, but no, I'm just like I said. What happened to the partnership that they forged last year with Parrot?
I don't know what's going on. All I know is Verizon is going to switch all of their drone technology and
Maybe they'll put
focus it.
wheels on it.
Huh?
Maybe they'll put wheels on it.
That's what they're doing. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Listen, it's been fun, but we got to get out of here, man. It's 6:30 p.m. I'm sure someone has their hand on the button to go live. We appreciate you all.
Might
Don't
have
forget
did
to
that.
check out Herman don't forget to check out Herman tomorrow night on Ray Kelly's live stream.
Is it tomorrow night?
Yeah, Monday. You told me
Okay,
Monday, right?
that's what he told me.
Yeah. Confirm with him, but don't forget to check out Herman on Monday night on Ray Kelly's live stream that he has every Monday. Don't forget to check out Herman every Wednesday night on Wednesday nights with those guys.
Well, we'll be back again on Wednesday. Those guys on my channel, Phantom Flight 101. But yeah, Lawrence, you always tell everyone to stay safe and fly safe, or fly safe and stay
Yeah,
safe.
yeah. Be safe. The
Yeah,
reason for
that
saying
one.
it's kind of backwards, but the reason for saying it is be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by safe, saying fly safer is always try to think ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Be
No.
safe, fly safer.
Okay, all that good stuff like that right there.
Yes, we appreciate you all. Yes, Herman is a celebrity. He was on Gary's stream Saturday, and now he's going to be on. He was on Ken Herron live stream. He's on. He co-hosts here. I'm in the midst of a celebrity.
I'm doing the circuit.
You're traveling the circuit, dude. Just keep on traveling. Listen, we got to get out of here, guys. It's been fun.
What
We
they call it,
appreciate
the
you
rubber
all.
chicken tour.
Rubber chicken tour. Oh no! Oh, don't tell me that's what you're gonna call it. No,
No, but I'm
Gary,
saying that's what
you
they
don't have
call it.
anything to do a shot and a drop with. But Gary, I'm looking forward to seeing
Shot
that
and a
video
drop.
of the
Hold on a
meetup.
second.
All right, we'll do a shot and a drop and get out of here.
I gotta
That's
get a shot
because
first.
Gary asked. It's not a shot, but I'll fake it.
All right.
Hold on, give Herman a chance. Hold on.
That-
And we do appreciate you all, seriously.
all right.
Thank you for continuing to support us. Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys. The shot and a drop. Good night, all.
Good night, everybody. See you again on Wednesday.